Hey everyone, it's your Ice Prince, John Creighton Peterson, and today I'm here to show you how a dryer sheet, just like this, is going to transform your life when you're working with ICED Enamels. Working with the ICED Enamels on a large surface, like on the back and the sides of this bezel, is relatively simple because you're just basically covering this whole entire surface and there's no real detail work that you have to worry about on here. But let's say you want to do something like this crazy embellished fleur-de-lis that I made, that I colored the metal first, and then I added the ICED enamels all around here in the turquoise color. You can see that's double-sided. This is a little bit more tedious, and today I want to share with you one of the best tricks that I learned from my paper crafting days for working with ICED enamels. For today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to and not to use your ICED enamels, or you can kind of think of it as the Pinterest fail and the Pinterest success, as I kind of jokingly always like to say. And for this example, this is a piece of sheet metal that I just used an embossing folder with, and then I colored it with some solvent ink. And we have many tutorials on coloring metal, which I'm not going to cover today, that you can find on the ICE Queen E-Zine and the blog. So be sure to check those out if you want more details for doing that. So what I'm going to do is I have my ICED Enamels medium here, and there's a couple ways that you can apply this. So you can just use a brush, and you can go through here if I just wanted to highlight the areas, and I can just very lightly go around here and color those areas in. Now another way you can do this is that you can take a sponge, which I like to do, and I like to just tip this, get that kind of inked up with some of the medium, and just lightly brush across the top. Now it's a little bit hard to see the medium on here now that I have it all coated, just because it does go on kind of clear almost. But I'll show you when I put on my lavender ICED enamels, and then I'm just going to move this down and kind of tap off the excess. Oh my, said the pumpkin pie, this is borderline hot mess. Not only did I get all these other areas on the highlights here, but then it pretty much covered all down here pretty solidly. The reason for this is because of the stack electricity on the surface. It isn't anything you did wrong. It's just what happens when you're working with anything that's metal or paper or something that can have stack electricity on the surface. So this would be what we would call the Pinterest fail. So now let me show you a great little secret for avoiding this from happening in the future. Now I'm going to show you with this colored piece of metal how to successfully put on just the highlight of your ICED enamels with, ta-da, a dryer sheet. That's right, just a plain old dryer sheet, and I'm just folding it up just so it's kind of, a little more compact. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rub the surface really good. Now they do also make a little cornstarch filled bag that you can use too if you do a lot of rubber stamping. That leaves a little bit of a residue behind. I found this works just as well, and most people have some dryer sheets laying around. I prefer the non-scented ones, but hey, when it's 1 in the morning, you're working on the project and you're desperate, any dryer sheet will work. So you can just set that aside, and now I'm going to start putting on my ICED Enamels medium. Okay, now that I have my medium on here, I'm going to put some of the turquoise color on. Try not to make a huge mess, like I just almost did there. And put this on here. And then start tapping this off. Get that. And there, hopefully we can focus on this. There we go. There you can see that the ICED Enamels powder only stuck to the highlighted areas. Now there might be a little flubby spot, like there's a little spot I can see right there that I can kind of blow that off of there, but it makes life so much easier to have this as opposed to having this hot mess. So now we're just going to heat set this really quick, just like usual with our heat tool. Now remember, metal's going to be hot. unless you've done a lot of metalsmithing work like some of us, and we don't feel any pain in our hands anymore. But you can see here now we've got that nice enamel finish just on top. And if you think it's a little stark at this point, something cool you can do is you can go back in with some of your inks and just kind of highlight over the tops of those embossed peaks to kind of tone the color down just a little bit. And here's a few other examples that have actually been finished with some German glass inclusions along with some glitter, and of course set with ice resin. For more great tips and techniques along with project ideas, be sure to check out the Ice Resin blog, the Ice Resin Ice Queen E-Zine, the Ice Resin website at iceresin.com, and you can always see more of my work at artnewwave.com. Thanks for watching.